Hey, this is just a reminder that my album's being released soon, on the 26th to be exact, and it is going to be released digitally and on cassette first, and then later on it's going to be released physically, so a vinyl and all of that stuff. I'm super excited about it. I hope you're all listening, and I'm excited to share it with you.
Please do not forget, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload next. Nell Smith's story is a deeply touching one, filled with music, passion, and the innocence of youth. At just 17, she had lived a life full of extraordinary experiences, all while remaining grounded by her love for her family, her friends, and her art. Known for her collaborations with the US rock band The Flaming Lips, Nell had a creative spirit that reached far beyond her years. This is her story, not just of a musician, but of a girl who dreamed, achieved, and lived to the fullest, despite the short time she had. Nell Smith was born in a small town in British Columbia, Canada. It wasn't the kind of place you'd expect a future rock star to come from. The mountains stood tall in the distance, and the rivers flowed cold and clear. The town was quiet, peaceful, a close-knit community where everyone knew each other. Nell's family wasn't wealthy, but they were rich in love, and that was all that mattered. From a young age, Nell was different. While other kids were playing sports or watching cartoons, Nell was drawn to music. Her father played the guitar, and Nell would sit for hours watching him strum, her eyes wide with wonder. She wasn't just watching, though, she was listening, absorbing every note. By the time she was 8, Nell had picked up the guitar herself. It felt natural to her, like an extension of her own body. At first, it was simple songs, the kind that every beginner learns. But soon, Nell was making up her own tunes. She'd sit in her room for hours, lost in the music, her fingers dancing over the strings. Her parents encouraged her, proud of their talented daughter. They could see that this wasn't just a hobby for Nell. Music was a part of her soul. As she grew older, Nell's love for music only deepened. She started listening to more and more bands, her tastes evolving beyond the simple folk songs of her childhood. She fell in love with the Flaming Lips, a US-based psychedelic rock band known for their experimental sound and elaborate live shows. Their music spoke to Nell in a way that nothing else did. It was weird and wonderful, full of life and color. Nell's big break came in the most unexpected way. At the age of 12, she and her family went to a Flaming Lips concert in Portland. She stood at the front of the crowd, her heart pounding with excitement. The lights, the music, the energy of the crowd, it was everything she'd dreamed of. But what happened next was something she could have never imagined. The band's lead singer, Wayne Coyne, spotted her in the crowd. Maybe it was the way she was completely lost in the music, or maybe it was just fate, but something drew his attention to her. After the show, he invited her backstage, and that moment would change her life forever. Wayne was struck by Nell's passion for music. They talked for hours, about life, about music, about everything. He saw something in Nell that reminded him of himself when he was younger, a hunger for creativity, a love for the strange and the beautiful. It wasn't long before Nell found herself collaborating with the Flaming Lips. At first, it was small things, playing a little guitar here and there, singing backup on a track. But soon, Nell became a part of their creative process. Despite her young age, she brought a fresh perspective to the band, her ideas full of youthful energy and originality. In 2021, the band released an album called Where the Viaduct Looms, where they covered Nick Cave's songs, and Nell was the lead vocalist. Her voice was hauntingly beautiful, fragile yet powerful. Critics and fans alike were blown away. This was no ordinary teenager singing, this was an artist, a musician in her own right. The collaboration was a dream come true for Nell. She was traveling, performing, living a life most people could only dream of. But through it all, she remained humble. She never forgot her roots, never lost touch with the small-town girl who just loved to play guitar in her bedroom. Her family was her biggest support. They traveled with her when they could, and when they couldn't, they were always just a phone call away. Her mom would tell her to stay grounded, to take care of herself, and to always remember where she came from. By the time Nell turned 17, she had accomplished more than most people do in a lifetime. Her collaborations with the Flaming Lips had brought her international attention. She was starting to write her own music, planning to release a solo album. Her fans were eagerly waiting to hear what she would create next. Despite her success, Nell remained the same sweet, humble girl she had always been. She still loved spending time with her family, still loved playing her guitar in quiet moments. She had big dreams, of course, but she also cherished the small things, the smell of her mom's cooking, the sound of rain on the roof, the feel of the sun on her face. Her friends described her as a bright light, someone who could always make you smile. She was thoughtful and kind, always willing to listen, always there for the people she loved. Nell Smith, cause of death. Nell Smith, a talented young musician, has tragically passed away at the age of 17. Known for her incredible collaborations with the renowned rock band The Flaming Lips, her death has sent shockwaves through the music community. Described as a protege of the band, she recorded a stunning album of Nick Cave covers at the tender age of 13, showcasing her remarkable talent and potential. She was eagerly preparing to release her debut album, set to launch in early 2025, when her life was abruptly cut short due to a car accident in British Columbia. The devastating news was confirmed by Simon Raymond, a figure well respected in the music industry as the former bassist for the Cocteau Twins, who also co-founded her record label, Bella Union. He shared heartfelt tributes on social media, expressing his shock and sorrow over Nell's passing. Raymond shared cherished memories, emphasizing the profound impact she had on those around her, not just as an artist but as a dear friend. The Flaming Lips frontman, Wayne Coyne, also reflected on the tragedy during a concert, underscoring the emotional turmoil caused by such unexpected loss. Nell's career, while brief, was marked by significant milestones. In addition to her album of Nick Cave covers, she was in the process of creating her first original music, collaborating with talented musicians in Brighton. A crowdfunding campaign on Kickstarter had already successfully raised over 17,000 Canadian dollars, demonstrating the support and enthusiasm from fans eager to see her musical journey unfold. This album was to be a seminal moment, reflecting her growth as an artist. The music world has responded with an outpouring of grief and condolences. Fellow artists and fans have taken to social media to express their sorrow and share memories of Nell. Notable figures like Susie Cave, Nick Cave's wife, highlighted the tragic nature of her passing, drawing parallels to personal losses within the community. This highlights how deeply intertwined personal stories and music can be, resonating with those who listen and create, reminding everyone of the fragility of life. Though Nell's life was short, her impact was lasting. Her music lived on, not just in the recordings she made with the Flaming Lips, but in the hearts of everyone who heard her sing. She had a gift, a voice that could touch people in ways words never could, and that gift would never be forgotten. And so, Nell's story didn't end with her passing. It continued on in the songs she had left behind, in the lives she had touched, and in the legacy of love and music that she had built. For those who knew her, Nell wasn't just a musician. She was a reminder of the power of following your heart, of the beauty of a life lived with passion, and of the truth that even the briefest of lives can leave an everlasting mark on the world. As Wayne Coyne once said during a tribute to Nell, she was a shooting star, brilliant, beautiful, and gone too soon. But her light will never fade. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to daily updates and never miss a video.